What's up everybody, it's Tinker. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to change out the spark plugs here on a 1997 Mazda Miata. First thing you've got to do, and I've already done it, is pull off your spark plug boot. The next thing you'll need is this 5/8 spark plug socket. It's got a little thing in there to help you get it out, also not to damage the spark plugs when you pull them out. So you're going to stick that in there with your ratchet and you're going to get it out. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, and it'll pull right out. And so on the left here is my old spark plug. As you can see, it's dirty. It's got some white residue up at the top there. And here's the new one, brand new shiny spark plug, you know, looking nice. You can tell if your engine's burning oil or it's running too rich by how your spark plug looks. Now my engine's running really good actually. You can see which side it starts the burn, which side it finishes the burn on. You want the color on those spark plugs to be either white like it is on mine or a darker tan. I haven't burned these spark plugs for more than 1,000 miles yet. That's why they're still only yellow. I cheaped out on those, so I went and I bought the expensive ones because I got a little snail in here. So I wanted to make sure I had good spark plugs in here. What I'm going to do now is I took my new spark plug and I put it in the socket, and now I'm just going to stick it down in there with no ratchet, and I'm going to start tightening it up. Without the ratchet, it allows you to kind of feel for the threads and make sure it's going in the right way, especially being this deep down into the head like an Mx5 spark plug is. You want to make sure you're on there. So now it's tight. I'll get my ratchet and I'll start tightening away, and eventually it'll stop. You want to go pretty tight on these because you don't want any sort of gap in between the spark plug and the spark plug where it seats down into, and you can pull that out, and spark plug's down in there like it should be. Take your boot, put it back on. Now what I'm going to do is I've got some stuff that I'm going to put on this connection in there that's going to give it a better connection to that spark plug. You guys can do that. It's recommended that you do that. It improves the life of your spark plugs, also gives a better connection to make sure you're always firing. This right here is what I've been putting on the spark plug boots here. It's called spark plug boot and electrical connector dielectric grease. It prevents boot fusing and voltage leaks. And what I'll do is I'll squeeze some of it out and get it up near the top here. Squeeze a little bit of that out, put it on my finger, and smear it in there as best I can. Try to cover that, and I can get it in there. And when I put the boot in, go down, and I'll kind of twist it a little bit to make sure it's all on there. And that's dielectric grease. It's going to help you get a better connection, and it says prevent boot fusing, so it'll make your spark plugs come off easier the next time. But that about wraps it up. I'm going to do the other three after I put the stuff on the spark plug boot, and from there I'm going to start this thing up and hopefully it runs a little bit better. Take it easy, y'all.